Misfits, and welcome to the Misfit Adventurers podcast, a TTRPG podcast where our group of friends sit around and play some of our favorite games set in our own homebrew settings. I am the Dungeon Master, Amanda, and I hope that you will join us and enjoy the stories we have to offer. All right, the last time we were all together, you guys were in the city of Navalor. I think city is actually probably a generous term, or like town or village. And you were up at the Soaring Monastery, which is where Hoots trained and, learned the ways of his fellow monks. And you were talking to some of the elder monks in the temple and kind of learning about what exactly is going on with Master Featherright, Hoots' master. He's declining, he's not doing very well, and y'all were trying to piece together where exactly he went and what exactly could have happened to him. And you came to the conclusion that he encountered something in the woods and potentially may have encountered something that is from the Feywild or has something to do with the Feywild. You talked to some locals, heard that people getting spirited away is something that does happen. And you took a compass from Allie that would hopefully help you find the way. And it was pretty helpful. And yeah, you journeyed in to the woods, which pretty quickly got pretty dense and dark. And you fought some kind of like tree stump people. I don't know how to describe them, but that's kind of what they looked like. But you were victorious ultimately and decided to head into the cave. So, you enter the mysterious cave, unsure of what potential threats lie within. You feel a sensation the second you pass through the entrance, like a sudden drop in temperature, though it seems more than that. What's more alarming is the oppressive darkness you find yourself in. Now, Hoots, I believe you said that you were leading the group into this cave, so I need you to make a perception check.
Oh, please. Okay, so that's going to be a... Oh, great. That is a 6.
Oh. You're not sure why, but an intense feeling of dread and paranoia settle into the pit of your stomach. You feel exposed. When you turn to check on your companions, you find that they are gone and the way out has disappeared. So that's good. Good job. Did that well. Let's pop over to Ronan. Ronan. As you walk through the darkness, you begin to hear something. Music. Faint organ music. Like an organ grinder or something you might hear at a fair, perhaps. Maybe a carnival. You see a glimmer of light ahead of you, and as you draw closer to it, you see that it is colored lights illuminating a red and white striped room. The walls are decorated with colorful posters depicting odd characters. On the far side of the room, you see a set of doors, above which is a sign that reads, Happy Jack's Hilarious Hall of Mirrors. When you look back, you see that the way you came is gone. The poster depicts 8 different characters, each with a catchphrase and costume. There's also a 9th poster depicting a red-haired clown with a wide, toothy grin. What do you do?
Do I recognize any of the other characters?
You certainly recognize one of them. You recognize it as your mother. Though she's dressed kind of bizarrely. She's wearing this like headpiece full of focus lenses, and has a bunch of like letters and scrolls and papers and stuff around her. Like you've never seen her dressed this way. It's almost like she's dressed for like a performance or something. It's odd. Make a perception check.
Okay. 10.
10. It's an interesting cast of characters. But you see the names and you see their depictions, but you're not necessarily able to draw connections between them. But you've got a woman in armor with like a flail and a bear trap hanging from the end of it. You have a man that's sort of scrawny and wearing like waders that has several fish hooks stuck into him and has this big kind of fishing pole with him. You see a man bright-eyed, wears a magician's cape and a top hat that says "The Great Kova" across the top. You see a woman that's kind of heavy set, wearing an apron full of knives and cleavers, and is holding a rolling pin. You see a woman clad in sort of like a noble's ball gown, very grandiose looking. There's sort of an obese kind of half-elven man with a metal barrel around his waist. You see an elven man, very professional, sort of austere looking, with a chalkboard behind him. And then, of course, your mom, and then this Jack character with the toothy grin.
Okay.
And then, of course, you have those doors into the mirror maze.
Real excited about that.
You don't want to go in there? Why wouldn't you want to go in there?
I wonder. Okay, I mean, I guess I don't really recognize anybody else in these posters. There's nothing else in the room that I would really notice?
Nope.
Okay. Do the doors seem locked?
Nope.
Okay. She's going to go up to the poster of her mom and just kind of look for a minute.
Mm.
And then she turns and goes to the maze.
Sure. Entering through the doors, you are greeted by a long, dark corridor of mirrors with numerous branching hallways extending off of it. Why don't you make a perception check?
18.
18. Okay, so you hear a few things as you enter this maze. You hear the sound of tapping. You hear the sound of, like, faint crying. And then you also feel, coming from one of the hallways, is like a really cold sensation. All of these different things are coming from different branching hallways. And of course, in every mirror, you see your shadow.
Does it look different?
I guess the best way to describe it is it looks... It's not different in size, but it's... Have you ever gone to a zoo and watched, like, the tigers or lions, like, stalk in front of the fence or the windows? That's kind of like a predator just walking back and forth watching you.
Good. Great. Okay. So tapping, crying, and a cold sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell anything about the voice that's crying?
Sounds like a child.
I'll go that way.
All right. You take the hall that the crying is coming from and follow the noise down the mirrored passageway. Ahead, you spot a small figure sitting on the floor, hugging their knees close to their chest. Drawing closer, you see it is a little girl with dark hair.
Okay. I will... She was probably trying to, like, kind of walk quietly up to this point, but when she sees the girl...
Oh, when you see the girl.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of start making some noise as she approaches so she doesn't startle her.
The little girl will... Who's there?
Hi. What's wrong?
I'm lost. I don't know where everybody went.
Is she the girl from the poster?
She's
or
not...
a different girl?
She's kind of dressed somewhat similarly to the girl in the poster, but the girl in the poster was an adult that you immediately recognized as your mother.
Okay.
This is a child.
Okay, no resemblance or anything to
There's
anyone in the room?
definitely a resemblance there. You've just never seen... Yeah.
Okay. She'll kind of walk over and crouch down and say, okay, what's the last thing you remember?
This man said that we were gonna go in the fun house, and I thought... He said there would be candy, and me and my friends were... I don't know where they went. It's not what I thought it was gonna be.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm gonna hold up my hand and be like, okay, well, if you come with me, maybe I can help you.
She, make a persuasion check.
Okay. While she's holding her hand out, she'll just be like, my name's Ronan. Hopefully we can figure it out together. Persuasion, you said?
Mm-hmm.
14.
14. She very slowly kind of reaches up and takes your hand. Can you help me find my friend Vin?
Vin?
Vendrig.
Vendrick? What does Vendrick look like?
He is, pale hair and, pointy ears, and I don't know where he is.
We can try to find him. What's your name?
Jalishi.
It's nice to meet you, Jalishi. Let's see if we can find your friend Vendrick. Is there like a path branching off from where we are, or was she at a dead end?
There are pathways branching off. There's at least, two that sort of branch off. Make a perception check.
Okay. 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear the sound of any other children crying. You don't really hear anything else. You sort of... The only things you can hear are the tapping and the feeling the cold.
Okay. I guess I'll keep hold of her hand and we'll try going kind of towards the tapping sound and see if we can find what's making that noise.
You hold her hand and lead the way towards the tapping. And as you're walking that way, there's just a moment where you just suddenly don't feel anything in your hand anymore. And you look down and she's gone.
Great. Okay. Deep sigh, kind of shakes her head, and just keeps going.
Yeah. You follow the sound of the tapping as you wander through the mirror maze, painfully aware that your shadow is stalking you at every turn. Finally, you find the source of the tapping, but you realize it's not tapping. It's the sound of chalk striking a chalkboard as an elven man furiously scrawls out runes and words across the dark green slate.
Hello?
He's like deep in writing. He doesn't seem to immediately notice you or hear you. He seems kind of like lost in thought.
Do I recognize any of the runes or anything on the chalkboard?
Make... You can either make an Arcana or a History check.
Those are both +0, so it doesn't matter. That's cocked. I don't know. That's a 3.
Yeah, you're struggling there.
Okay, I'll kind of move up to the board and just kind of look between the board and the man. See if he notices now that I'm closer.
He's like in the middle of writing, and then he's, who are you? What are you? How are you here?
I have no idea, to be honest.
I do.
How are you? How are you here? Have you been here for?
He kind of gets this far off look in his eye. I don't. You're distracting me. I need to finish this. And he continues writing. You can talk while I write. And he keeps working.
Okay. What are you working on?
I need to find a way to stop it, to slow it down. It's something stronger about it. I don't understand.
It? What's it? What's getting stronger?
It wouldn't make sense to you anyway. You're distracting me. I'm in the middle of something. Hand me that piece of chalk over there, or wander off.
I'm gonna hold the chalk and be like, try me. I've been through some weird shit lately.
I'm not explaining things to you that you can't see.
That I can't see.
Keeps writing.
Does it have anything to do with the shadow?
You watch him just sort of like freeze and then look at you. What do you know about? You can't. You can see it.
Thank God someone else can see it. What is it?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's come from the Shadowfell, from the domains of dread. I think it's something that was left over, something that was let out.
It was let out? Shadowfell tracks, but let out from where? From here?
Yeah, he's sort of looking around. This place. It lingered. Even after this place was destroyed, something dark stayed with all of us. Who are you?
Are you Vendrick?
Yes. Vendrig Cananthri. It's nice to meet you.
Oh my God. Ronan.
Well, Ronan, you seem to have gotten yourself in a pretty... you shouldn't be here.
I don't particularly want to be, but I don't know how to... We thought we were going to the Feywild, and now I'm here, and the rest of my party is, I guess, somewhere else. I don't know.
It's dangerous here. Though it's dangerous everywhere. I think me and the other 7, I think we were cursed.
Great.
I've been trying to figure out why the children have been so affected. Each of them seemed plagued with bad luck. I've been throwing myself into my studies trying to find out. I can't seem to crack it. I thought I got rid of the shadow, but...
Can you still see it?
He's like avoiding looking at the mirrors.
Gotcha. When you say the children, you mean the children who were stuck in the circus?
Yes. The children of Bexhill, the ones that were kidnapped.
Okay, that explains a lot. Okay. Can I do something to... I'm stuck here anyway. Can I do something to help?
Maybe. I'm a little nervous to, look further. But I think it came from here. There's something dark, something that radiates from this place. I think the source is here.
Here at the circus?
Here in the maze.
Okay.
Or at least some answer.
I can keep looking if it'll help, but I don't know if I can come back. The last person I ran into disappeared on me.
We could try. I think this mirror maze likes to change its mind.
Sentient mirror maze. Even better.
Keep looking. I'll keep looking as well. We'll figure it out.
Okay. She'll turn to go and then stop and just look back at him and just say, if I can't find you again, it was really nice to meet you.
He kind of looks at you oddly. Nice to meet you too. And then turns around.
I'll keep going.
All right. Make a perception check.
24.
24. With a 24, yeah, you notice that cold sensation, but it's almost like, has this sort of radiating or pulsingness to it. There's something unnatural about that cold.
Man, I wish I had detect magic. You said unnatural. Does it seem magical or just weird?
Make an Arcana check.
Thank God, 19.
Seems a little bit of both, honestly.
Okay.
A little magic, a little weird, all mixed up.
Okay, well, we've done plenty of weird, so I guess I'll keep going.
You try to find the source of the cold, and you notice the maze getting darker and darker until you find that without your dark vision, you'd likely be stumbling around blindly. But jutting off from the hallway is what looks like a narrow closet. The walls here are bare, not mirrored, and at the far end is a 4-foot-tall mirror that has been broken. Jagged shards lie on the floor, and the temperature seems to drop further, sending shivers down your spine.
Yeah, but she wouldn't know that. I guess I wouldn't know that. Would I know that?
Know what?
That Ash broke a mirror?
No, you wouldn't know at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. Because she probably wouldn't know that. Okay. Does it seem like it's coming from where the mirror was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody see how much time we have left?
It's
Yes.
like 15, 14, something
Okay,
like that.
cool.
13, yeah.
13. Okay. I guess I'll move a little closer, but like carefully,
Sure.
trying to avoid the broken glass.
Why don't you give me an investigation or perception, one of those.
Okay. Let's do perception. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So looking around this room, there doesn't seem to really be anything here except the mirror frame, though with the dirty 20, you notice that among the shards of mirror on the floor, you do find a single bullet casing. And you see that it looks like there is some, like, almost like writing or scribble or something in the inside of the frame of the mirror.
Okay. Can I pick up the bullet casing
Yeah.
and then go look at the writing and try to see what it says?
Sure. Looking at the writing, it looks like a series of runes that have been inscribed on the inside of this mirror frame.
Do they look like the runes that Vendrick was working on?
I'd say you recognize some of them, but it's not quite the same. Though you did notice that, I don't know, he kind of looked like he was trying to figure something out or was struggling with something.
Okay. Would I have maybe something on me where I can, like, write down what's on there?
You probably have a piece of paper or parchment or something in your pack.
Okay. Hang on, let me write this down.
You want to do a little rubbing?
Yeah, or like some kind of transfer something.
Sure. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but you do copy the runes that are lining the inside of this mirror, and you do notice like a repeating pattern or something to them. So you've got that, but
Okay.
you copy them all out. It takes a little while.
Okay. I'll put it inside my bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess try to remember how I got to Vendrick before.
Yeah, honestly, the second you leave the closet, you do feel like the maze has rearranged itself. It is not in the same order.
Okay.
And, like, you step out in the hallway and you're, like, you know, face to face with a wall of mirrors, and you see your shadow just stalking you relentlessly in your reflection. Sometimes it looks like it's like towering over you in your reflection. Sometimes it paces back and forth like a caged animal. Sometimes it stops and presses its hands on the mirror, and you see the pressure actually kind of bend the mirror out slightly.
Okay. Shoot. She'll kind of watch the shadow for a little while and just
It literally starts like banging on the mirror. And you like hear that rattle of the mirror as it vibrates and shakes with each hit.
I'm gonna turn and keep walking.
Oh my gosh. Gosh. What?
Can she?
You have been naughty thrice.
Naughty
You have
thrice.
been naughty thrice.
You have been naughty thrice.
That's fully what I was thinking of.
Oh my gosh. Give me a perception check.
11.
11. You are struggling. You're struggling to find how to get back to him. You're struggling to pinpoint sounds, especially now that every mirror has your shadow banging on it. You can't differentiate other sounds. It's sort of drowning it out.
That's fair.
And you just kind of find yourself lost. Give me... What should I make you roll?
I'm like very nervous.
Give me like an intelligence. Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Your girl's not that smart. That's cocked. 12.
12. Yeah, all you see are these mirrors and your shadow banging on them. Then all at once they stop banging and they kind of relax and just watch you.
That's worse.
Gonna keep continuing to wander around the maze? What do you want to do?
I assume she's been wandering around for a decent amount of time at this point.
Probably.
Okay. Just kind of sigh and roll her eyes a bit and look at the shadow.
Puts his hand up. Expectantly.
She just mutters under her breath, "She's gonna kill me," and puts on the mirror.
All right. Yeah, you put your hand on the mirror and you feel that sort of tugging, ear-popping sensation as you're pulled through, and you actually take...
Yeah.
Oh god.
You take 6 points of psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
Psychic damage. You hear this, like, I don't know, it's almost this, like, siren-y kind of, like, ringing in your ears when you're pulled through. And it looks kind of pissed.
That's fair.
You have been avoidant. You've had ample opportunity, and at every chance you ran, you hid. What do you take us for?
Don't really know. You hadn't really been forthcoming.
You hadn't really asked the right questions. And it gets closer to you and towers over you. It almost seems to grow taller. What do you want?
I'm just trying to survive. What you want is more of a concern. So what do you want from me?
Sort of tilts its head, kind of coyly. We're just trying to survive. It reaches out to grab you, but before it's able to, you hear this sort of cracking sound, and you are shunted out of the mirror. You tumble out of the mirror and at the feet of Vendrig. And he's holding like a slate and a piece of chalk, and a freshly drawn series of runes still glows faintly as you hastily get to your feet. And the man sort of stares at the mirror, where you see your shadow start beating on the glass once again, like it's trying to break out. And Vendrig kind of takes a hesitant step backward and looks at you. Why is he haunting you? He was supposed to be haunting me.
I think he's haunting me because of Jalishi, and maybe also because of you?
I thought I got rid of it. I didn't think. Did I send it to you? When did it start haunting you?
How long have we been traveling?
You've been traveling for a couple months.
Okay, so just over a year?
This is my fault.
Your fault. I thought it showed up because of... I mean, yes, my connections to you, but it didn't show up until I got magic. I thought that was why it showed up then.
He sort of looks at you. I tried something a little over a year ago, and it made it go away, but I see it moved on to a different host.
What did you do?
Ritual, spell of sorts. I thought I was banishing it. Or at least just severing its connection to me, but... Did you find anything?
I'm gonna move closer to him and further from the mirror. And I'll explain that I found this like closet with like broken glass, and I pull out the piece of paper and say, I found this. I don't know if it'll help, but it was written in there. I don't know what it means.
He looks at it. I think this is something. I think this is how we bind it, how we trap it. This is good.
Okay.
This is good. But you shouldn't be here. He looks at you, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. You remind me a lot of her. I'm sorry I wasn't around. I'll find a way to fix this. And he casts something you don't quite see, and everything goes bright white. All right, Orlana, let's move over to you.
What?
Damn.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Orlana, you exit the darkness and you feel the salty mist of the ocean hit your face. You are standing on a long stretch of dock. To you, the shore seems impossibly far away, and then the other end of the dock seems like a small point extremely far off in the other direction. Waves crash into the dock's supports, and you feel the ocean spray hit your face. The ocean seems tumultuous here. You feel like it's uneasy, and then you feel a surge of magic in the air, and you turn to see a portal of water appear behind you, blocking your path to shore. Beings of water jump out and begin rushing towards you. What do you do?
Do they look bad?
They look like the things that kind of attacked you on the ship.
Shit.
Remember that time?
Yeah, uh-huh. How many of them are there?
Make a perception check.
Not the music! Not the music! Perception? 11.
11. There's probably about 3 or 4 coming out of this portal, and they are literally, like, starting to run towards you.
Shit. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna book it
Cool.
the other way.
Cool. Yeah. So you start running the other way. They're close behind you, and they start to reach out to try and grab you. Give me a dexterity check to try and dodge out of the way.
Shit. Okay. I'm so nervous. Ah! No. That's an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Okay. The dock's pretty slick, so you slip, but you do kind of like avoid their grasp, but you kind of take a little bit of a tumble there, but you're definitely losing whatever sort of gain you had. So they're like right on your heels as you keep running.
Okay.
And then there is a new portal that starts to open up. They're kind of almost like opening up, like lining the dock as you're running down. And as this new portal opens up, a watery hand tries to reach out and grab you. I need another dex check. You could use acrobatics if you wish.
Okay. I might use acrobatics. Oh, yeah, I'll use acrobatics. That's a 26.
Ooh, yeah, 26. Yep, that's pretty good.
Me too, Claudia.
pretty good. Yeah, so now you're kind of making up for whatever, sort of setback you had previously, and you're kind of putting a little bit of distance between you and them as you race down the dock. Now, huge wave crashes into the dock, and all this water spilling over the side. I need either a dex save or a strength save to avoid being knocked over by this wave.
Okay. So is this a saving throw or
Yes.
just a regular? Okay. Strength
Or dex.
Strength or dex. Okay.
Yep.
What the fuck? That's another. It's an 11. I keep rolling 4s.
Oh no. Yeah, so you are kind of taken out by this wave a little bit. And you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as the wave knocks you into the dock. This is a struggle. All right, so there's been 2 checks that we've failed.
This is such an ick. An ick.
You pick yourself up. You keep running. Or trying to run.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so you got knocked over. You try to pick yourself up and run. One of these elementals is going to try and grab you again. I need like an opposed grapple check. I'm gonna let you do strength or dex, and I'll do the same.
Okay. Saving throw or just a regular?
Just a check.
Regular? Okay. That is an 18 for me.
18. It goes to grab you. You pull away really fast and continue to run. And now you're like booking it. You've been running for her. You've been like trying to full on sprint. You've been knocked by waves and stuff. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw as you're trying to like push the limits of your athletic prowess.
It's another 4, so that's a 7.
Oh no. Okay, you're winded. It's slowing you down.
Yeah.
You're approaching the very end of the dock. You've got the dock where it just cuts off and there's water beyond. And then behind you, you have like a shit ton of portals and these elemental creatures running after you. What do you choose to do?
I'm still running. I'm going to keep going. I'm like dying, but
Are you going to dive off the end of the dock?
Yeah.
All right. I need one last dex check because you failed the last one. This will be a disadvantage.
Fuck! Oh, okay. That's 18.
18. You just barely make the check. So, you dive off. You escape into the cool, dark waters of the ocean, confident you can at least hide from view, if not fully outrun them. Then you hear a voice, strange and deep. It speaks to you, not in common, but in primordial. Why do you continue to run from your salvation? When all is lost, know that it was you who chose death. Before you can really contemplate their words, dark tentacles from the deep snatch you and pull you downward. All right, Chi.
Wait, I gotta write this down. These transitions are killing me.
That was so quick!
I'm sorry. Well, yours was a chase scene. So,
I know.
It's a little
Love
faster.
it. Love it. That's okay.
Voice.
Delivers this crazy ending. All right, next person.
All right, so moving on.
Okay, kidnapping is salvation. Okay, cool. That's enough for me. Okay.
Okay, Chi. Let's see if this starts playing. All right, Chi. As you make your way through the darkness, you spot a pinprick of light in the distance. It grows larger as you walk, larger and brighter, until you find yourself squinting against the light and having to shield your eyes. Drawing closer, you start to pick up on the details of the area. A bright, staggering light emanates from an orb on a central pillar in a large heptagonal room. 7 narrow columns around the orb create dense shadows on the wall beyond them. As you take a step toward the light, you feel slightly lethargic, as if something is weighing you down or holding you back.
What color is the orb?
It's like a white light.
Okay. White orb. You said heptagonal? Right?
Heptagonal.
Okay. Good. 7 pillars. I get lethargic. Okay. As I move toward it, I get lethargic. Do I have the capability right now to cast a spell, or is that too
Sure.
much for me right now? Okay.
Do you look at the orb, like how...
Fuck me. I guess I do. Yeah, why not?
Okay. I mean, you find it really hard to look at.
Okay.
And you find that when you stare at it for more than 6 seconds, it literally kind of starts to burn your eyes, and you take...
Oh, shit. What? That was multiple dice!
You take 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay. What does this room look like? What's the decor?
It's pretty stark. It's like a kind of like a tiled room. It's kind of all white, marbly looking.
Okay. Okay.
Save for the shadows that the columns cast on the walls behind them. Of course, no way out that you can see. Welcome to the escape room, man.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, okay. Can I... Yeah, why not? Can I cast Detect Magic? Not as a ritual, but just, Or no, I'll cast it as a ritual. I'll save my spell slots. I've got time. Yeah, and just, that. What do I ascertain?
Yeah, orbs definitely magical. Generally seems like a radiant type of magic. Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like it's super powerful.
Okay. That's all I can get. That's all I can ascertain for the School of Magic is just that it's radiant.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, radiant damage. Magic. Okay. I will, I guess, keep going. But I'd like to I don't know, do like really shield my fucking vision?
Sure. The closer you try to get to the orb, the harder it is for you to move. And it actually feels like your shadow is like weighing you down. Pretty much every 5 feet you try to move towards the orb, your movement is getting cut in half until you just literally can't get any closer to it.
Okay, so after a certain point, I can't move anymore. I can't get closer to
Yeah.
it. Okay. I'm gonna go to like the nearest pillar to me. Is there anything inscribed?
So as you move towards the pillar and away from the orb, it feels almost like you're being pulled away from the orb by your own shadow. It's much easier to move, especially when you're moving like towards a shadow or towards your darkness or the darkness in the room. You move behind one of the columns. And you can move at normal speed as long as you're standing in the shadow of this column.
Okay, and I don't notice anything on the column or that I would recognize. Okay. If I touch the pillar, does anything happen?
No.
Okay. Is my shadow acting a certain way, or is it just a normal shadow?
Just normal.
Okay. Just make sure. This is interesting. This is stumping me. Can't move any really that much closer, or can't get past a certain point towards the orb. If I move away, it's easier, but if I can be dragged. Just have a loss here. If I
Give me. Why
oh
don't you give me a perception check or maybe an intelligence check?
okay, it'll be perception. 21.
21. Kind of peering from behind this column and trying to shield your eyes as much as possible. It looks like maybe there is something like below the orb, kind of around the column that's supporting it, but it's impossible to really get any further details from this distance with how bright it is. You'll have to get closer, but you know that your shadows are keeping you from getting closer to it.
Can I let me look up the parameters. Right. If I cast light on my holy symbol on me, does that alter my ease of movement?
When you cast light on your holy symbol and you have it on you, you start walking towards, and you're still having trouble, and your shadow behind you is still pulling you back. When you turn around and your shadow dissipates by the light, you find yourself able to move more freely.
Ah, okay. Okay, so then I will then orb behind me, shadow in front of me with light dissipating it, and I walk backwards carefully. and see if I can feel anything underneath this orb.
Yeah, as you walk backwards, you're having a much easier time. You're able to get closer. And when you get closer, and you find your like back is like to the orb, you notice on the ground there are steps leading downward along this, surrounding this column that's supporting the orb.
If I touch the orb, does something happen?
No.
Good.
You die.
I regretted that as soon as I said it. I was like, fuck. But
You're
I
vaporized on the spot.
cool. Okay, I go down the stairs.
Yeah. You walk down the stairs into seemingly darkness. All right, Darren. Let me change the music up just a little bit. I say, as my computer is slow as hell. Okay. Do what I tell you to do. All right, Darren. The dark caves shift from natural formations to something more man-made. Wooden floors covered by a worn, cozy rug, paneled walls covered by pictures and old tapestries, cluttered bookshelves filled with scrolls and odd knickknacks, a large table on the far side of the room housing an assortment of potions, components, and tools. You recognize this room. It's your friend Kierden's study. You can't even count the number of times you retreated to this space to talk through your grief and try to find some semblance of purpose. You know this room, save for one detail. The door on the left seems to be made out of glass instead of the aged wood you're accustomed to seeing. You feel some discomfort in your eye, and when you rub it, you pull your hand away and find like sand on the end of your finger. Before you are able to inspect it more, you hear a scream. Your wife's scream coming from behind the glass door. Looking through the glass, you see your wife and child just as you remember them, only their faces are contorted into expressions of fear and distress. They're backed into a corner, cowering as dozens of dark, creeping tentacles stretch across the floor, drawing closer to them with each passing moment. What do you do?
I cast Shatter on the door.
Nothing really happens to shatter the door, except it almost seems like it's a little bit harder to see through now, and you notice that you feel like a tenseness, like on your torso or your stomach, and you pull your shirt up and you notice that part of your stomach now is glass.
This is probably really fucking stupid.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna cast Shatter centered on myself.
Okay. Well, how much damage does Shatter do?
Does 3d8?
I guess you gotta roll that, buddy.
Oh shit, that was high.
Please don't knock yourself out.
So I'm trying not to. This is probably very, very stupid, but...
Well, you've cast Shatter on yourself. It does seem like you'd take all the damage. Didn't quite do what you were hoping it would do. You still have a patch of glass on your stomach, and the door's a little... still the same amount of difficult to see through as it was starting to become. Yeah, and you're just in this room cluttered of scrolls and potions and knickknacks, and just keep hearing your family scream. They seem to be in danger.
I'm trying to think if do I have anything that goes through things.
Why don't you give me either perception or intelligence, one of those checks.
Okay. Cool. That's a 7 perception.
7. You're not sure of what... You're not sure if there's anything in here that would be useful. You're kind of having trouble focusing. It's times like this when you really wish your buddy was here, because he was pretty well versed in magic and studied a lot of things. You feel like he would have had some sort of solution, or should have some sort of solution. You're kind of kicking yourself for him not being here.
So is it the door that's like the door leading out of the study?
Mm-hmm. Seems to be the only door out at this point, actually.
Okay.
You've got that door
I have a
out,
question.
and then just all these random junk and table of stuff and etc.
Is Pancake with me?
Sure.
Let me refamiliarize myself with this thing. Okay. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to make Pancake go to his little pocket dimension, and then go up to the door, and try to make him reappear on the other side.
There's something about this door that is barring anything from getting past it. Whatever it is about this door, you feel like it would have to be dispelled in some way in order to get past it. Give me another perception check or intelligence check.
God, that's even worse. That's a 6. I'm just gonna start going through the stuff on the desk and
Sure.
see what I can find.
Sure. Yeah, looking at the desk, there's a bunch of like papers and potions and stuff. Give me an investigation check.
God, okay, you're going to jail. That's an 11.
An 11. It just takes you time, and you're unsure if you're getting out everything that you for sure need. But you do see that there are some notes about a potion or concoction of dispelling. And it seems like you might have all the ingredients here. It's a little jumbled trying to decipher your buddy's handwriting, but you think you've got it here. Perhaps with good old Arcana check, you might be able to brew this potion up.
Let's see. 16?
16. You finally focus in and kind of push out all these distracting, panicking thoughts as you try to assemble all these ingredients in the correct order and prepare them just right. You have this potion now at the ready.
From his notes, can I tell how it works?
Seems like you just need to drink it and you will radiate a dispelling sort of aura.
Oh, cool. I drink it.
Cool. You drink it. Yeah. Feels a little tingly.
Then we'll look at my stomach. Is it still glass?
It is no longer glass.
Cool. I'm gonna run up to the door and see if I can open it.
As you walk up to the door, it changes from glass to normal wood. You're able to turn the handle and open it. And you do open it, and just as you walk into the other room, we're gonna move over to Isla.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing? You doing good? Is this
Sure.
a good time for you? Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Isla. Hang on, where's my music? Okay. Isla, you wander through the darkness and immediately catch the familiar scent of the salty sea air. What did I write? Oh, the flat ground. Sorry, that did not get spelled correctly. The flat ground shifts as you go from the unforgiving sensation of feet on stone to the familiar feeling of walking across the wooden deck of a ship. As the darkness clears, you find yourself aboard the ocean's breast. You feel something sharp poke you in the back. You turn and see Allie standing behind you. The light glints off the red jeweled earring adorning his ear. Hello, love. Miss me?
I think this is fake, right? Can I roll to see if I think this is like fake?
Give me an insight check.
I'm really stupid, so okay, insight. 10.
10. You're you're kind of confused, man. This is super weird as hell.
Allie, and I'm gonna like raise my hands. I always miss you. Why are you pointing that at me?
You know, I can't explain it, but I just got this urge. Like, I really want to hit something. Then I thought about all the shit you put me through. All those people. All that blood. And then I thought about the lies. You've been lying a lot recently, trying to minimize what's happened, what I've done. That just doesn't seem right. So, I got an urge to hit something. You're here. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Okay, let's talk this out real quick. So, you're mad that I've been downplaying what you've done, but you want to hit me? Because that seems like counterintuitive. like, that feels like you're, like, upset that I'm downplaying things and you want people to admit the bad things you've done, but then, you know, it wasn't really you, so I feel like we can't really, like, hold you super accountable for it without also holding myself accountable for what I did when I can't remember what I did when
He
I was under the
brandishes
control of
his
the earring.
sword and he says, "You talk too much." Roll for initiative.
Ah! Oh my god!
My response as we're rolling initiative is, you like it when I talk. Shut up.
Oh my god.
I got a 24 for initiative.
You beat him.
What can I do against him, though? God.
You got your weapons. You got your stuff. What do you want to do?
He did give you that sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, so he's holding the sword out.
Yeah, it's weird because you have
The sword
his
that he's holding
scimitar
out to
that
me?
he gave you, but he is seemingly holding the same sword.
Can I try and disarm him using my sword? No. No,
I think
Benji.
that's a
I don't have a
special
gun.
ability.
Huh?
I think that's a special thing.
What?
Disarming. I think so.
Oh. Okay.
Could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, I don't really want to hurt him. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna, like, attack him with my scimitar, but non-lethal. Not that I can kill him with one scimitar hit, but, like, you know.
All right, roll to hit.
Oh God, 14? No, yeah, 14.
14.
I don't think that hits him.
Hang on 1 second.
But I mean, I know it's not him, so I don't know.
Wait, hold on a second. Why did I not write this down before you?
I mean, I know, but Isla doesn't know. Isla thinks this is him because she's dumb.
14. 14 just misses.
Dang. And then can I... Can I... I should have given myself steady aim, but I forgot. I guess I'll disengage and move away from him 30 feet. I don't know. It's not like he can't also move 30 feet.
Okay, so you disengage and move away 30 feet. Yeah, he's gonna move up to you 30 feet, and he's gonna hit you, or try to. Oh, I think he misses, actually.
Please.
Yeah, he rolled a 2, so yeah, he misses. So he sort of rushes up, swings a sword, and it kind of just strikes the wood next to you. Yanks it out, sort of like teeth bared. Don't be a coward.
Allie, why are you doing this? This seems so out of, like, this isn't like you. You were just feeling really, upset about what you did, and I'm gonna attack him again. 18 this time?
18 hits.
Okay. Like, this seems, yeah, just like MJ said, this seems super off-brand for you. Like, it ain't... God, I rolled a 1. Oh my god.
You do
that's...
How much damage?
It's 1 plus 5, so that's
6 points of
6
damage.
points of damage.
You do 6 points of damage, so you strike, you slash out, and it sort of cuts across his chest, and he sort of, like, grunts against the strike and looks down, and you look down as the blood starting to, like, seep through his shirt. And then when you look up, it's not Allie, it's Father Mackenzie, and he's looking at you. Sort of rubs at where he was seemingly just struck, and pulls his hand away and looks at the blood. Licks it off of his fingers. Well, I never knew you could be so passionate. He's going to try and attack you. Did that complete your action? Did you have more you wanted to do?
That's
Sorry he licked it, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, it's in character. It's in character.
That's it. That's it. I don't
Okay.
know.
Father Mackenzie's going to strike at you. Maybe. Does a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
17. Yeah, so it's weird because now he's not holding a scimitar. Now it just seems like he's like firing like a bolt of fire at you. And you take 5 points of fire damage. And he will say, we're so similar, Isla. Think of what we could accomplish together.
Are you trying to like Elphaba, my Glinda? Like,
Think of
think
what
of what
we
we
could
could do together.
do together. Unlimited.
No, see, the funny thing is, I really don't think we're that similar to each other. I think you're a really creepy cult leader, and I'm just a girl who's trying to have fun and discover the world. And that's an 18 plus 8?
Yeah, you
That-
hit.
Probably hits him.
Yeah.
Okay. Please don't roll a 1 again. Hey, it's 6 plus 5. 11.
11 points of damage. Yeah, you strike him again as you're saying this, like, I'm just a girl, trying to, what did you say, trying to save the world or whatever?
I think I said, like, trying to discover the world and have fun or something like that.
God. You strike him and, deal this blow and do damage to him. You watch him sort of, like grimace against the hit, and his skin starts to turn green, and he shifts again, and now you're looking at a half-orc. The half-orc you took the earring off of from Emperor of the Waves, that mission you did all those weeks ago. And he sort of like grunts and looks at you. Just a girl with so much blood on your hands. All the things you've done. And have you paid for it? And he's going to try to strike you. It's a miss. But, so he, sort of like fires a spell off in your direction. It just embeds into the wood next to you, missing you.
Well, no. I haven't paid for it yet, but that's why I'm trying to make things better. I mean, we're trying to help save the world from this, whatever the heck this evil curse is that we're cursed with, and we're trying to... I don't know. I feel like I should pay for it, but I don't remember much of it at all. I'm not gonna attack you.
Okay. You choose not to attack. His form shifts again, and this time you find yourself looking at you. At whoever you were, who you used to be. Jacqueline Storm, Bloody Jack. And she looks at you. You might feel guilty, but I don't think you've been trying as hard to remember as maybe you should. I think you're running. I think you're hiding.
I don't want to remember it. I got some dreams. And I didn't want to see any more.
You might not want to remember. But there's a lot of people out there that will never forget. You have to face it. And you feel a wet sensation on your hands, and you look down and your hands are covered in blood.
And if one of them came for me, I wouldn't stop them.
You can't hide from the truth. And you can't hide the truth from Allie either.
That I'm running? That I don't want to remember?
That. And the things he's done.
But it wasn't him.
Still happened. You're not going to set anything right by running and hiding. And you, we pretty much have eternity to run and hide. Are you going to make him run and hide for the time he has left?
No. He deserves better.
You can do this. We can do this.
Do I need to, like, shake your hand or something?
She extends her hand out to you and shakes it. And you kind of feel this, whatever this is, vision, dream, whatever, sort of collapse around you, and everything just kind of goes dark. Revan. Well, we need to leave and come back, actually, and then we'll do Revan. Okay, alrighty. Revan. As you walk through the darkness, you find yourself meeting resistance, like you're trudging through something that impedes your movement. As you kind of adjust, you find that you are underwater, slowly making your way across the ocean floor. You pass shipwrecks to your left and right as you walk, though these ships look different than what you're accustomed to seeing. Large sails supported by wooden framework stretch out from either side of these ships, not unlike wings or fins, and every once in a while you pass the remnants of crystals all cracked and dull and devoid of light. You arrive at a stone structure set into a large outcropping of rock and hear a voice enter your head. Revan, you should have arrived to the coordinates by now. Take a look around and respond with what you see. You recognize the voice as your maker, Kreia.
Kreia. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and look around. Do I need to make a...
Yeah, give me either perception or investigation.
That's 6.
6. Yeah. You know, it's kind of murky here. Kind of hard.
There's water everywhere.
There's water everywhere. You know, it gets in the way of things. Yeah, it's. You're not quite sure what you're looking at. You're looking at some sort of stone structure. It looks like it maybe has some carvings or something on it. It's also kind of covered in like barnacles and junk, so it's hard to discern finer details. But with the 6, you're just not quite sure what to make of it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and communicate back however that's happening. I found this stone structure down here, and it seems pretty abandoned. I'm not sure what it's for or who built it.
There is sort of a pause, and then you hear back, he says there should be some runes or some writings. Try to see if there's something in the bottom left that you can move or press.
I'll go see if I can move these barnacles. See if there's anything under it.
Yeah, you sort of scrape them away, and you do find, now that you've scraped some of it away, there are like definitive runes here. Strange though, not like normal magic that you have studied. Actually, it seems a little familiar. It seems a little bit more in line with, like, you know, that weird box you had, or maybe the writings on your coins. And, yeah, there is this rune here, but it's kind of outlined in sort of like a circle that looks like maybe it could be pushed in.
Okay. And I remember the coins in the box and all that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and push the magic button then.
Yeah, you push the magic button, and one by one, all these runes sort of light up, and the stone structure kind of starts to shake and crack and shift, and it splits and opens, and you find a doorway leading seemingly into darkness, but...
Do I have anything with me?
You got all your normal gear.
I have all my
stuff.
normal gear?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and light up my blade.
Yeah.
Try and get some light as I go down these steps.
Yeah, you light up the blade and you see steps descending down. And you also notice that there's like, I don't know if lichen is the correct word. There's like a plant or something. It almost looks like veins or ichor or something that's sort of spreading across the walls of this structure. It looks unhealthy.
Okay. Does it look like it's dying?
It looks more like it is decaying or poisoning the stuff it is on and touching.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna avoid that if I can as I go down these stairs.
Cool. You hear that voice back in your head. What did you see? Tell us your surroundings.
I'm in a dark stairway going down, and there's this plant that's coming out of the walls, and it is on the walls and maybe in the walls. It looks like it's decaying the structure.
Yeah, you'll hear back. Seems he was right about the threat of poison and decay. This is exactly why you're the right Warforged for the job. Continue on and tell us what you see.
Okay, I'll keep going then.
Yeah, you continue. You descend down the stairs, and as you descend, more and more of this ichor and rot spreads out until it's pretty much covering everything. It's kind of like you know those like creepy like rotty vine things in the Upside Down? Kind of like that. Stranger Things. Anybody? Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
Oh,
That's what I immediately thought of when you were describing it.
Totally those vibes. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. So it looks like it sucks here. It looks kind of terrible. But descending down these stairs, you see that the sort of opens up into kind of a wide hall. It seems like you're in some sort of underground structure. It looks old. Stone that's been carved, not quite in the more pristine and precise manner that you would notice in modern architecture. This looks like it's been worn away. It's been here for a long, long time. And you can see on the far end seems to be a set of doors. And then this rot is kind of, it's going to be hard not to touch it or step on it at this point. It's covering pretty much the entire floor now.
Okay, so it's covering the floor. Can I try and swim over it and cut any that's hanging in my way? Does it
Sure.
does it look like there's a place where I could get to where it wouldn't be on the floor?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20 for a 22.
It's pretty dense in here. There might be like sporadic pockets of space where maybe you could get without touching it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll try to stick to those as best I can by swimming over.
Give me a dexterity check to try and navigate through this space.
That's a 12.
A 12. All right. 12. Yeah, so you're trying to move through this space, and it's awkward trying to sort of trudge through the water. It's not your natural element. So try as you might, you do hit some of the some of this rot, and the second you make contact with it, parts of it sort of split open and release this sort of cloud of sort of black kind of, I don't know how quite to describe it, just ichor nastiness into the water around you. And you will take
Beautiful.
10 points of poison, but you're resistant, so I believe it would be 5.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But
That's why I'm the right Warforged.
That's right. But you are able to get to the other side of the room.
Okay. And then you said it was more stairs down?
There's a set of
Or-
doors.
A set of doors. Okay, well, do they open?
They don't seem to be locked. They seem to be made of stone. They seem like they're probably heavy, but you can certainly try. They also seem a little bit covered in some nastiness.
Like the nasty stuff?
Okay.
Okay. I'll go ahead and cast Absorb Elements then at first level. And try and cut all of the vines away from the door.
All right.
Or at least as much as I can.
Roll to hit, basically.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Or maybe not roll to hit, just roll damage, because I feel like it's kind of impossible not to hit them.
Okay. Yeah, they're not exactly trying to dodge me, huh?
Yeah, no.
Okay, 8.
8 damage. Okay.
8 damage.
Yeah, you hit, you're whacking away, and it does release 5 points of poison, so half of that is what, like 2? But it's clearing up. It looks like you might have to do another hit, though, to clear the doors enough to get through them.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that then.
Sure.
So that'll be 4 points of damage this time.
That's okay. All right. 8 points of poison divided by 2, 4. But it is enough. You clear the doors away, and you can.
Got enough space to try and open the door.
Yeah. Give me a strength check.
Where did I? Oh. Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice. Yeah, you push these doors open and hear that sound of, well, I guess it'd be sort of muffled because you're underwater, but that sound of stone grinding against stone as these old, worn doors push open, revealing this sort of kind of circular chamber, the center of which is slightly raised, sort of dais, and at the center of that is like a pedestal upon which seems to be a tome, a book. And you hear in your voice,
Okay.
Revan, need an update.
Inner monologue, that bitch. No, I'll go ahead and I just got into a big circular room with a book in the middle of it. It doesn't seem like do I see any of the vines and stuff in this room, or is it outside?
You do. And
Okay.
actually, it looks like it's all radiating from the book.
Beautiful. Yeah, so I think I found the source of all of the decay and the vines, and it looks like it's this book in the middle of the room down here.
You hear back, that's it. That's exactly the book he described. We need you to grab it and get out.
Do you know what's going to happen to me when I grab it?
Revan, we wouldn't have sent you if we didn't think you could handle it.
Okay, fair enough. And I'll try and swim over as gracefully as I can
Okay.
to get this book.
I'll say you can land in front of the book without disturbing this stuff, but you're probably the act of prying the book up is gonna.
It's gonna take some damage for that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try and pry it off this.
Give me a strength check.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very nice. 6 points poison, so 3.
Okay.
But you pry it up and you are holding this, it seems like a really old book, inscribed with this strange language.
The same language as was outside and is on the
Mhm.
coins and has been on this artifact. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Can I open it real quick? See if anything happens.
Sure, you can. Also, give me a perception or investigation check for this book.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, your favorite number. Yeah, so the book itself, there's something about the leather of this book that's not super... It's a little unsettling. It doesn't really seem like it's probably bound in animal skin, probably bound in like a different type of skin. Yeah, and looking inside, this is probably some... It don't look great. We'll say that.
Cool.
Seems to be filled with more of these runes. Some of them seem to be descriptions of like rituals or histories, spells. It's seems to be filled with a lot of information.
Okay. I guess I'll close it and try my best not to ruin the leather on it, and try and get out, and I'll let Kreia know that I've got the book and I'm leaving.
All right, so yeah, you start making your way out. It's a little easier going out because you've traversed the path. You're a little bit more sure of where you're going and what you're doing. And when you let Kreia know, she will reply back. Very good, Revan. We knew you could do it. And I'm very glad you were able to retrieve the tome. I'm sure Mr. Dawnclimber will be very pleased. And everything goes black and your vision fades.
Okay.
All right, Hoots.
Nah.
Oh my fucking god!
Can't just drop that shit on us and move on.
Oh my
Like it ain't no thing. What the fuck?
Oh my god!
So whose last name is Dawnclimber?
God, I hate you so much. I don't actually, but
That would be Arthok. All right. Let me get some new music going up. Sorry, guys.
Lord.
Oh no. Let's see. What am I looking for? I can just hear Casey laughing in the other room, which is hilarious. All right. Hoots. Hoots. The darkness clears to reveal a small clearing in the midst of a dense forest. The trees are unlike anything you've ever seen, with dark bark of an almost bluish tint and long draping branches covered in foliage of pale purple that give off a gentle glow. Glowing mushrooms and hues of green, blue, and yellow add to the sort of alien ambiance of this clearing. In the center of the clearing, you see two pools of water, so still they look like two mirrors placed in the earth. As you take in the sight, you hear something. Voices. Well, actually, give me a perception check.
pull, please. Okay. This could be. Oh, okay. 18 plus 2, 20.
18 plus 2, 20.
Good.
Very good. Yeah, you're able to discern exactly the voices you're hearing. From the pool on the left, you distinctly hear your master's voice. He sounds distressed and in trouble. And then from the pool on the right, you hear your friends, and they sound distressed and in trouble. You hear those two things from those two separate locations.
Now, I thinking this through, I would for sure know, Hoots would for sure know that there's no way my master could be here. And can I go ahead and look around, and I can tell that obviously my friends aren't with me. The party isn't with me. So I would like to approach the pool with where my friends' voices are coming from.
Yeah, you approach the pool where your friends' voices are coming from, and you see them. They all look like they're in different places. Each kind of in their own version of lost or confused, wandering without direction. And something in you tells you that you can help them, that they need your guidance. And you keep hearing your master's voice coming from behind you, and something about it sounds, I don't know, different. You don't really hear like the ambient sound around your master sounds different or not anything that you recognize.
Don't like that. Okay. Can I take a look at the pool? Does it appear that it's, I mean, might be a stupid question, but like water, or is it clear?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like looking at a mirror, but you can tell that it's liquid. If anything, it seems more like a portal, honestly, like a passageway.
And can I see the rest of my party within that pool?
It's almost like they're all facing opposite directions of each other. Like they're so close to each other, but they don't realize it.
Can I stick my spear in the pool? See what happens? Just the wooden part of it, not the
wooden part.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick it in. Sends some ripples out, but nothing immediate happens.
And I look at the end and nothing's happened to it?
Not that you can tell.
Okay, can I stick my head into the pool and see if that takes me anywhere?
You stick your head into the pool, and it's a weird sensation. It's kind of like you feel this sort of like pull or sort of like sucking, kind of like it doesn't want you to be in between the spaces. It wants you to pick. It's like you stick your head in and you're not quite there. You can see it, you're closer to it, but it's not going to want you to be like halfway through.
Okay. So I pull my head out and I'm thinking, so obviously this wants to take me somewhere, portal. I mean, looking around, everything is just natural fauna, right? All the wonderful vegetation.
Natural fauna, but unnatural to you.
Mm-hmm. Should I go to my master's voice? Okay. I am going to... Oh, my goodness. All right. Can I stealth and go venture off to look at my master, see where my master's voice is coming from?
Sure. You can roll stealth if you want to. It seems like you're alone here.
Seems like I'm alone? Okay. Doesn't matter anyway, because that's going to be a 8. So
An 8. You're like, I'll quietly move to where my master's voice is. And you immediately trip on like a giant glowing mushroom and fall on your face. But yeah, it's coming from the other pool that's a little ways away, sort of the opposite side of the clearing. And you see your master. He seems to be clutching sort of like at his throat, and then he'll touch his head, and he seems to be wheezing and coughing and sort of swaying, and he's at the foot of this impressive tree covered in these strange blossoms of these shades of violet and blue that give off this sort of, I don't know, vapor or something.
Oh man, this is a... But I can tell that this is like identical to the pool that my friends are in, right? That I'm seeing my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
2 pools, 2 different places.
But it showed everybody. Okay, can I say that Hoots kind of flies up into the air?
Sure.
Where normally in the air he can kind of think a bit clearer.
Mm-hmm. You fly up, like, just past the canopy of the trees, and it's a landscape you've never seen before, you know? Floating islands and trees of these hues that you can't even imagine. It's beautiful, and it is quieter up here.
Yeah, and while this happens, and he Hoots kind of soaks in the view, he realizes at that moment who or what or whom he needs to prioritize first. So he flies back within the trees and dives straight into the pool of all his companions.
Yeah. You dive straight into that pool, and you feel that sort of pull and rushing sensation, and you are standing in the center, and it's like all your friends are around you, but they're facing away from you, and it's like they can't see. It's like they seem blinded or something. Each of them seems sort of like groping or wandering through the dark with no focus or center or sense of where they need to go.
Can I immediately try just speaking out? Hoot.
Yeah, you start to hoot. You start to sort of call out to them, and each of you guys, you're in some other space. You've been wandering in the dark, or your vision has gone black or white, and you can't see. And you hear your voice, the voice of your friend Hoots calling you, and you know that you're not alone. And you turn to find the sound, and you all turn and see Hoots in the center, and you all find yourself in a cave.
Oh Lord.
What just happened?
What happened?
Was it real?
Who?
It felt real.
I'm gonna check my stomach.
Check your stomach, it's normal.
Okay. The fuck was that?
Theron, you look hurt.
I think I just met my dad.
Who?
Oh? How did that go?
Did you not see your family?
No, I was alone.
I was running from some water elementals. They were trying to capture me. And then I was in some tentacles. I felt like I was running the marathon of my life. I don't know what. I don't know.
I heard some voices, but I didn't see anybody else.
I did, but I wish I hadn't.
I fought some people.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Can I see if I have any idea what it might have been?
Make a intelligence or history check.
Can anyone?
Sure.
Great.
Intelligence or history?
15.
I don't know.
I got a 17 history.
15 history.
19.
Wow.
Nice.
History.
7.
Got a 5.
7. Yeah, with the 19, you've heard some stories about the Feywild, and you know that there are a lot of things, living or not, in the Feywild that do like to kind of fuck with your mind a bit. It's not unheard of to experience visions in bizarre locations in the Feywild. Could be what happened. Also, the Feywild is kind of like, it's like a dimension that kind of coexists with other dimensions, you know? Some planes are like this, and the Feywild is more like this. And so everything kind of gets mixed in and jumbled together. So maybe some of that's at play too, who knows?
Hoots, how did you find us?
So Hoots is gonna take his wings. He's gonna try his best to make a circle.
Oh boy.
Wait, he takes his 2 wings. Hoot, 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 and then he's gonna make a hoot, hoot.
Hoot hoot.
Hoot.
Oh my god.
Probably all saying offensive things right now.
Oh my gosh.
However it is you found us, I'm glad you can bring us all together again.
Hoots gives Darren a hug.
I hug him back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really thankful you found us too, because I was getting a big tongue lashing by like my past self, so that wasn't very fun.
Ooh.
Well, you were all in a cave. What do you want to do?
we search the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
see what's-
a perception check.
18.
18. Yeah, so it's a cave. It's dark and damp. It seems to be kind of, there's some low light of these sort of glowing mushrooms sort of scattered about the cave that kind of sort of light up these sort of crystals and rock formations jutting out. And it seems kind of like a cave that has a bunch of different branching pathways. Occasionally you'll hear the drip, drip, drip of water from a stalactite hitting a pool of water below. There's a lot of different branching ways you could go. You got an 18 perception?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a sec. Hold on a second. You definitely do hear kind of like the sound of shuffling or feet or skittering or something coming from sort of the main path ahead. Don't really hear as much coming from there are a couple branching paths off to the side, though it is pretty echoey, so it's kind of hard to for sure pinpoint where sounds are coming from.
I will convey that to the party.
To the party.
Party, party.
Party. The party.
Do we want to go towards the noise, or are we trying to avoid that?
I don't know. In the Feywild, the place where like you can get your soul stolen and stuff, like if you talk to people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing?
Am I making that up?
I don't believe. Would you roll on your history or intelligence? I don't think you rolled high enough to like actually
Roll persuasion.
know for sure. I think you're
I rolled
talking
a-
out
I
of your
rolled a-
ass, but
Didn't I roll it? What did I roll? A 15? Something like that?
I think you did. Yeah, something like
14? Something like that.
could be possible. Who knows?
that. Okay.
You don't know.
Nah, I'm just making shit up. I don't really know anything.
So avoid noise.
Let's avoid it for now, though, just to be safe. I
I
don't
suppose we can
know.
always come back to
Smart.
All right. Who is what's your marching order?
I would like to be in the middle because I'm squishy. Less squishy than I
Squishy.
could be, but squishy.
Hoots will go back to
Oh.
the front.
Okay.
I'll be in the middle
Oh.
with Isla.
Darren's probably up there with Hoots.
I'll bring up the rear.
Aaron's gonna walk by Chi wherever she is.
I'll probably be right behind Darren.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, so Darren and Hoots, why don't you give me oh, I guess I should ask this. Are you trying to be stealthy, guys?
Yes.
Well, if you're gonna
so.
ask,
If
Yeah.
something's gonna suck our soul out, yeah.
That was just me talking out my.
You know, I hear those soul suckers live in caves. All right, I need a stealth check from the group.
God damn it.
Okay.
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 Yeah, damn it.
18.
All right, you know what? Hoots, what'd you get?
That was 8. Oh, I got a second math. 8 plus 6? 14?
14.
Thank you.
Darren?
18.
Chi?
Hang on. Medium armor does do disadvantage on stealth, right?
It depends on what it is.
I can't. Oh, scale mail. Let me look it up.
I believe so, yes.
I believe
It should
so.
have it on...
My thing doesn't say it, which is why I'm like, what is happening? But I can.
Roll 20 will tell
Me.
you if it's disadvantage.
I'm looking.
Let me check.
It'll have a red D next to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, scale mail is disadvantage.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Huh.
It's been a long time since we've rolled still.
It's
And,
Spearhead scale mail.
And you know what?
That's why I remember that.
And some things never fucking change. I gotta.
Some
10.
things never change. 10?
Yeah.
Ronan.
17.
Theron. 17. We gotta pick a name. Isla.
Yeah, so about that, I got an 11, but I got an 11 because I have a plus 10 modifier.
You rolled a 1.
Wow. Wow.
Ruh-roh.
Wow. Rutro Raggy.
I'm sure
Or
you were pretty
Alana.
shaken up.
18.
18. And Revan.
14.
14.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well. Hang on a second while I pull up something.
I think we're about to get ambushed, y'all.
What happens when Isla trips and
Yeah,
it in?
Isla doesn't. Despite her dark vision, there's like this rock on the floor that she just totally doesn't see, and she goes down hard, like face plant. She
Eats
got
it.
a bloody nose. Like,
Jesus.
I'll even take a point of damage for it, Amanda. You want me to?
Wow. So willing.
You know, you're not gonna believe me, but actually an 11 is okay.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
so you don't.
Never mind.
At least against passive.
Even on a nat 1?
Okay, great. I mean,
a
vision
group
is different
check.
from
True.
facial awareness, right?
And also y'all are taking the path with the least noise, so that does help. So you are wandering down this pathway. Can I get perception checks from Hoots and Darren since you are leading?
Please,
Yup,
please,
yup.
please. Nice.
Since I'm kind of toward
21.
the back,
21, what?
19.
19?
can I be making sure that nothing creepy is following us the whole time?
I would say since Revan is the person in the back,
Okay.
he would probably need to do that. So Revan, why don't
Hey,
you
Revan.
give me a perception?
Can you make sure no one's following us?
I can. I can 19
19.
watch.
All right, you guys are very, very perceptive. You're making your way through the cave and sort of taking these off routes, trying to avoid detection. Revan, you keep a close eye on the party's rear, and you don't seem to be followed. Hoots and Darren, as you guys make your way through this path, you see up ahead what looks like a collection of large mushrooms. And then you notice that they're moving.
Bandana.
Yeah. We have our masks. Yeah.
Okay, you all tuck your or pull your masks up, those that need them,
Mhm.
and see these sort of mushroom creatures ahead. And we're gonna end right there.
Hi.
Choose how you tackle that.
Oh
next time.
gosh. Oh,
Oh my god.
that was crazy.
Proud, Amanda.
So
That was
this,
good.
I pulled some inspiration. Remember when we did the reliquary?
Skill
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, this is like campaign 2
very reliquary.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
things
Joe over here
happened.
not knowing that all those characters that you were talking about were definitely like already a thing during Casey's.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, she put in so much work coming up with all these original characters.
No, they
That was-
definitely
Well, okay.
already existed.
I will say there's like
Old friends.
no lore or backstory like really given for the kids in
That's
Happy
very
Jacks, and all the shadow stuff is like new, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just when you were talking about like the people in the
Oh,
paintings
right,
or
right,
whatever.
right,
I was
right.
like, oh man, she really thought this through.
Man, she's so talented.
But you are.
You
It's
are.
called plagiarism.
Yes, talent.
ChatGPT.
Hey,
Oh, so legit.
Revin.
Wow.
What'd you think about that?
I
Wonder what book you picked up, man.
I don't know.
Wonder what book that would be.
I'm not stressed about it.
It's almost like there's an entire thing named after it.
Alright, Misfits, and that brings us to the end of tonight's game. To support us, please like and subscribe. Every little bit counts. And other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this session, and I'll see you again next time.